What is going on, guys? It is your boy Bio2k, and today, man, I'm gonna be bringing you guys a video talking about something that honestly 2K just really needs to fix in this game. Now, when I say fix, like, this is something that I feel like just needs to just change in this mode, because there's, this season, obviously, when every season does come out, the main thing that people do get really excited for is rewards cards. And the biggest problem is, I feel like when it does come to rewards cards, is that the same issue does happen where they're just not good. Like, they start out good the very first day of the season, like they start out really good, and it just kind of drops heavy. Now, I'm not going to be talking about Yao Ming in this video. A lot of people do say Yao Ming is not, he's not worth it already, which I don't think is true. Yao Ming is definitely worth it. I still really do like Yao, and I think he is one of the best defensive bigs in this game. I still think he gets really solid animations. Yes, he can still get mashed, but it doesn't really happen as much. And obviously, he's the mash man himself on offense. So I definitely think Yao is worth grinding for. But this season, there are two rewards cards that I feel like have been massive letdowns. That it does suck. So I'm not going to be talking about Siakam here. The first one is going to be about Galaxy Opal, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but not just him. The whole idea in Limited, or of Limited in general. And the second one is going to be the very first Dark Matter in this game, in Gary Payton. So if you guys do enjoy this video, do me a favor and leave that like on it. Would be greatly appreciated if you guys do agree with what I'm saying, of course. And if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And with that being said, let's get into it, man. So first things first, though, before actually we get into everything, my apologies, I meant to say this beforehand. I do stream every single day on Facebook Gaming, so if you guys ever want to catch any of the streams or anything like that, feel free to click the link in the description, pull up to the streams, and hang out. We're actually going to be grinding Unlimited the next few days, so hopefully it goes pretty well. But let's get into talking about, again, what we're really going to be dealing with here with these cards. So first things first, not Galaxy, but Dark Matter Gary Payton, who obviously is one of the, obviously he's one of the, better point guards in this game, or you would think, because not only is he a Dark Matter, but he's Gary Payton. The other one that came out, the Pink Diamond for Unlimited, he was really solid. One of the best point guards in the game for a hot minute. So we're going to go ahead and just take a look here at Gary Payton, his stats and everything. It's going to be a little bit of like a weird cut there. Something like slammed into my neighbor's door, and I thought it was my door, but my bad. Anyway, looking at Gary Payton, though, obviously he is a really solid guard. I mean, yes, he does come with Hall of Fame Dimer, quick first step, floor general, and then a ton of really good defensive badges, which is really nice. I'm not taking away anything from this card. If you are one of the people that have grinded for this card, I've seen tons of people do it. JD Crossover did, B Street got him, because TK got him, PETA got him. Like, all these people did get this card, and I'm not taking away for how good this, Gary Payton is. I think a lot of people, though, are just kind of blinded by the fact that he is a Dark Matter, in the sense that, oh, it's a 99 overall. Like, I gotta get this card. He is the very first Dark Matter in this game, which is really good, but I just don't think it's worth it, man. Like, if you look at his stats, I mean, 94.3, 96 speed, obviously, again, really good defense. Like, everything about this card does look good. But the main issue with this card is that, like, it takes so much MT to get him, like, obviously through collector level and everything, that to get him, like, I feel like it has to be, like, you're looking at this card and you're like, okay, I 110%, if I'm going for this card, it has to be worth it, right? Like, I genuinely feel like that is how you have to feel when it does come to these cards. Now, if you do take a look, obviously, again, at Shai, which I actually didn't even mean to get off that screen. Let me go ahead and go back to, the Galaxy Opal Shai that we got going on here. I mean, again, 15 Hall of Fames, which is really good. I mean, he is a 6'6" point guard with a 6'11" wingspan. Got some good shooting badges to him, but even then, this is another issue that I have, right? So again, when you look at these Limited guys that do come out, this is where I'm going to start kind of talking about my ideas with Limited and what needs to change. When you look at these Limited guys here, the biggest problem I have with them is not the fact that it even takes 6 weeks. Like, that is a little annoying, and I do think that the system needs to be changed, but the cards that are made for Limited and all these other game modes, are made for day one of the season, right? Which in theory makes sense. Like, obviously it's a brand new season, it should be made for that. But the problem is especially with Limited, they're not available until the end of the season. So basically, how Shai is a season 4 card, he's actually really gonna be like a season 3 card, or he's supposed to be a season 4 card, but he's going to be coming out as a season 5 card. Now, by the time he does that, he's going to be super outdated, and that is really the problem. And not only that, so if you get this limited time or this limited Shay card, you guys can see he's missing blinders, he's missing chef, he's missing Deadeye, he's missing limitless spot up. You don't really need mismatch, but he's even missing like stop and pop. I mean, he has good playmaking badges, which is good. And then as far as like defensive badges go, I mean, like really you would only, I guess, need to put interceptor on him. Like rim protector wouldn't be that bad either. But like the problem is, again, is this is going to be coming out at the end of season 6. Like today, right now, we cannot get this Shay, and there is already a ton of PGs that just dropped. So the two main guys that I'm going to talk about in this video are already kind of being outclassed by a guy like Lonzo Ball, by a guy like Pink Diamond LaMelo Ball, and Galaxy Opal James Harden. Like these are 3 PGs that I think a lot of people are going to be using. Now, again, I'm not taking away from, you know, especially Gary Payton. Like Shay is a whole different story. Gary Payton is still really good, and I think a lot of people can go ahead and use him in this game by, you know, of course, like he's obviously going to still be a god on defense, but it's like, why would you spend, you know, the 5 million MT and probably in total, like if you started all the way back at the beginning, like why would you spend like 5 million MT getting this Gary Payton? Now, even if you're like at where I am, right? Like now on my main account here, you guys could obviously see my collector level. I'm just trying to get to this badge pack. I don't really care about Gary Payton. I'm really just trying to get to this pack right here. Like this is all I care about. I'm probably going to get the tokens because you guys do enjoy the token videos and everything. But like, why would I get, you know, Gary Payton? Like, why would I go another, you know, 327 cards when I could just, like, not do that? You know what I mean? Like, the amount of MT it's going to take for me to get here is, like, probably another, like, million to, like, 1.5, maybe even 2 million, honestly, at this point, with the cards that I need still in this game. So it's, like, looking at all of that, like, I honestly just feel like it's not worth it. There's really no incentive behind getting Gary Payton. I mean, again, like LaMelo Ball does fluctuate between being a buy now and not being a buy now. Like I literally just looked at him on my no money spent account. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if one pops up. Okay, so he doesn't. But again, LaMelo Ball, you know, he does sit around that 100K mark. So there is times where you can get him for a buy now. And the thing with that is like, this one's even got a ton of Hall of Fames on him as well. So it's like, it's one of those things where, again, you know, there is so many good point guards that you can get. So LaMelo Ball, like I said, you could pick up for around 100K. So that is one point guard right there that is relatively cheap that you could pick up. Lonzo's going for a pretty penny, I will say that. Actually, those two were badged up pretty well. So, I mean, these ones that aren't badged up, you could probably get for decently cheap. I mean, Harden, again, same thing. Like, even if you were to spend, though, the 300K or maybe 400K on these guys, like, that's still less than spending, like, that 2 million MT that you're going to need for Gary Payton. You know what I mean? Like, yes, he's a rewards card. You don't have to sell him back or anything. But I feel like at that, you know, at this stage in the game, there's really no incentive to getting these guys. And like, that's like the biggest issue I really do have. And like, we still haven't seen the Ben Simmons drop, the Magic drop. You know, I think we're still going to be getting an upgraded version of Penny Hardaway that's going to be dropping that has defensive badges. You know, I don't know. It really, like, it's one of those things where, like, I know people say collector level is never worth it. And I entirely agree. Like, you know, you still have Ja, you still have Steph. You know, you still have, you know, Larry Hughes, who's a free card that you guys can go ahead and use. Like, there's just a ton of guys that I feel like already class these guys. And, I mean, even Derrick Rose just came out. Like, that's another point guard that dropped that, again, just kind of, you know, outclasses Gary Payton and everything like that. And it just really, you know, I don't know. Like, I feel like with the future of collector level, like, these guys, they have to be better. Like, whoever this mystery player is, it has to be somebody you're going to go for. Like, you know what I mean? It has to be worth it. Now, going back to what I was talking about with Shay here, because I kind of just, you know, overlapped what I was saying with Shay. My biggest issue I do have with Limited is that, like I talked about before, is how these cards are not, you know, made really for the season that they come out in. They're made for the next season, which, again, the issue with this is the fact that, you know, you can't get this card right away. The biggest thing I think that they need to do with Limited is really make it that all 6 rings are available the very first weekend. Now, obviously, you know, I think it should be harder the more you go. Like, you know, maybe like you're guaranteed to get your ring your first game, you know, and then like the second game, or the second, third, fourth rings, maybe it takes a little bit, you know, and then 5 and 6. I don't want to say that they're super rare, but like they shouldn't pop up like every single game. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't play 6 games to get 6 rings. But like, I do feel like if you really wanted to get these cards, they should come out when they're actually going to be able to be usable. Again, a guy like Shea, the whole, like, you know, the whole idea behind Shea is that he's a taller point guard. But, like, why are you going to get Shea when, one, Larry Hughes is, again, a free card? Two, you already have LaMelo, who's a borderline buy now. And I'm pretty sure there's other cards that I'm just forgetting about. So, the whole idea of, like, Shea and Gary Payton, like, I don't know how to feel about it. I'm still probably going to get Shea through the Beyond Level 40 stuff. But I mean, I'm not going to use him. He'll be an offline card, I guess. I mean, he'll maybe be fun to play around with a little bit in, like, Unlimited or something like that. But especially with Gary Payton, I just don't think these guys are really worth grinding for. I mean, like I said, I know a good amount of people have gotten them already, but I don't know. You guys let me know down below in the comments if you guys think collector level is worth it, and if you guys even think Shea is worth it. I think both of these, though, just definitely need to change, because it's like a mistake, honestly, I feel like, in this game that it's just not worth making. Like, I genuinely do. Like, you're going to spend so much MT to get a card that is, like, already outclassed. Like, I don't really think it's worth it just to have that dark matter glow. You know what I mean? But either way, like I said, you guys let me know your guys' opinions down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, peace.